The other day I was farming some artifact pieces for Varessa, pressing my Zhongli shield for the millionth time, holding attack on Nouvelette, watching the enemy's HP tick away, when I had a sudden feeling of nihility, emptiness. Why was I doing this? What is it for? Am I even having fun anymore? Deep in my heart, I already knew the truth, one that I didn't want to admit. I lost my passion and motivation to play this game a long time ago. So why then was I still sitting here, farming artifacts for a character I would barely ever play? This video for me is in a way a confession, a way for me to come to terms with the reality that I've known all along. But to really understand where it all went wrong, we've got to go back to the beginning, to when I first started Genshin and to a time when I was having fun. I first tried Genshin on release, just like everyone else. It was the hot new game everyone was playing, and of course I had to give it a try. At the time, I bounced off the game pretty early on, not even finishing Act 1. I remember thinking, this is just anime Breath of the Wild, what's the point? Mondstadt, while pretty, was quite plain, and the combat didn't seem like anything too special. And at the time, I also wasn't too fond of playing a game that locked gameplay behind a gacha system, and so, unceremoniously, I uninstalled. I can't remember exactly why I decided to give the game another chance. Maybe I was bored of the stuff I was playing, or it might have been curiosity on if the game had changed much. Whatever the reasons were, in 2022, I re-downloaded Genshin during patch 2.6. While the early gameplay was the same as when I first played it 2 years ago, the promise of reaching Inazuma was enough to push me past Mondstadt and into Liyue. Liyue was a turning point for me, when I felt like I started falling in love with this game. Walking into Liyue Harbor and hearing the orchestral theme swell up as I walked through this beautiful city, meeting characters I still love to this day, seeing areas and creatures inspired by my own culture. At this point, I was hooked. However, there's still one missing piece to this puzzle. See, at this point, I still hadn't spent much money on the game. I had pulled one 5-star, winning the 50-50 on Ayaka's banner, and was quite content with my team of Ayaka, Fischl, Razor, and Barbara. That was until a certain dice-throwing lady came out. Yelan was released in patch 2.7 on May the 31st, and after this patch, my life would never be the same. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it's true at the same time. I had 50 pulls and a dream. Yelan would be coming home. Wishful thinking. However, I ended up farming enough pulls to hit pity 5 days before her banner ended. This time, it would be it. Yelan will be mine. While staring at my newly acquired D-Look, I contemplated. 5 days, 90 pulls. Was it possible? At this point, the thought of spending more than $100 on a gacha game was unfathomable to me. Think of all the other things you could buy with that. Somehow, I convinced myself to hit the purchase button. The payment went through. The initial feeling I had was one of shock. Did I really just spend $160 on in-game currency so I could get one character? It didn't feel real. I felt sick to my stomach. But soon, all these feelings washed away as I finally pulled Yelan and saw her splash pop up onto my screen. Maybe it was worth it. Do you know why games with in-game microtransactions almost always have first-time purchase bonuses or crazy $1 packs with 500% value? It's all about getting a consumer to make that first purchase, making them much more likely to spend in the future. This works off a phenomenon known in psychology as the foot in the door technique. While not everyone may fall for this trick, I did. Despite telling myself this would be the only big purchase I'd make for this game, each time I needed more Primogems for a character or a signature that I just had to have, I swiped my card, each time with less guilt and remorse than the last. To date, I'm not sure how much I've spent in total on this game. While my spending has lowered drastically, I haven't bought a pack since Furina. I'd estimate the total I've spent on the game to be somewhere between 3,000 to 4,000 Australian dollars. For some of you, this might not be a lot, or it might be an obscene amount. For me, it's the latter. And so, because of a combination of the time and money I have spent in Genshin, I find myself unable to quit, Stockholm syndromed into playing this game every day. This wouldn't be a problem if I still enjoyed the game like I used to, so I don't know. Genshin's still pushing out high quality content. Fontaine and Natlan, while not perfect, are still leagues above Inazuma. Character animations, design, and gameplay are still enough to get me excited to pull for them. After some thought, I realized why. Sure, the usual suspect of burnout from playing the same game almost daily for 3 years plays a small factor. But for me, it's not the main reason why. What I really missed from Genshin, and what really made it so fun for me when I started, was a sense of progression and challenge. At low adventure rank, every enemy felt like, well, an enemy. One I had to battle and engage with properly to win. Each boss battle won felt like an achievement. Each additional level on my characters felt like a meaningful upgrade that I could feel. Nowadays, when I go around doing exploration, enemies spontaneously combust if I breathe on them. Every character I pull, I can upgrade to max level and power straight away if I pre-farmed or within a few days if I haven't. And the only places to use these characters to their full potential: Spiral Abyss and Imaginarium Theater. Same content we've been doing for years and years, with only different enemies to mix it up. While new areas to explore and characters to try might have kept things fresh for a while after I first reached a level cap, the same open world gameplay design and power creep have killed that motivation for me. Why play any of my old characters, or new ones, when I can just hold left click on Nouvellette and one-shot everything? One look at my recent pulls' friendship levels, and you can tell just how much I've used them since getting them. Now, I understand this is a problem that I've chosen to have, and I'm not complaining about it. More just trying to reflect on why I feel this way towards a game that's given me so much joy these past 3 years. And so here we are, stuck in this limbo of playing Genshin Impact daily, no longer enjoying it remotely as much as I used to, trapped under the weight of thousands of dollars and hours invested. I wish I could tell you that after making this video I've had an epiphany and found the strength to quit, but more than likely, I'm still in a domain, farming for a character I'll probably never use. If you're still watching this, thank you for listening to me rant, and I hope you don't take this as hate or a video complaining about Genshin and what it's become. What Hoyo have created, I think, is truly special, and I'm still excited to see where the Tevat's story ends up going, despite my current feelings towards the game. Who knows, maybe after Aether finally reunites with Lulene, I'll finally find the courage to let go.